Laboratory security is everyone's responsibility. When dealing with special machinery or chemical substances, it is necessary to take into account measurements and actions in general to prevent accidents. Industrial security is a group of norms and establishments defined with the purpose of preventing accidents in special unsafe working conditions. Each laboratory has its own rules depending on the type of available equipment, but there are certain rules that any mechanical laboratory should follow.
All people must wear safety shoes with steel or polymer tip at all times. Pants that completely cover the legs should be worn. For men, not shorts, and for women, not dresses, skirts, shorts, or lycra. Safety glasses should be used depending on the activity, as well as lab coat at all times, which are available in the laboratory for every student doing a practice. Long hair has to be tied in order to avoid accidents in the machinery. If the person is going to use machines, rings, bracelets, watches, or any hanging accessory must be removed.
It is strictly forbidden to stock chemical substances in random containers. People can get confused and use a substance in the wrong way. All containers that store these substances have to be properly labeled, indicating the name of the substance and the safety data. This information has to be specified in the National Fire Protection Association System, NFPA, or in the Hazardous Materials Identification System, HMIS. Laboratory managers have safety sheets for each substance. You have to present a new datasheet if you are adding a new substance to labs.
All waste generated inside the labs must be separated in the containers designed for this process. During a practice, we can have hazardous or non-hazardous waste, depending on whether these were contaminated with a harmful substance or not. How to know if a substance contaminates or not? On our lab security labels, the non-hazardous material is labeled as 1 or 0, following the HIMS standard. The data sheet of the substances will also tell the kind of treatment or special caution to be taken into account when dealing with waste. To prevent intoxication, foods and drinks are forbidden in the lab.
Through the laboratory, there are different areas delimited by the type of machinery inside each one of them, and each area has different things that indicate the safety measurements that need to be taken into consideration. For example, some areas require special equipment such as gloves or full body suits, as is the case of the casting lab. Other areas indicate danger, restrict areas or working limits for the machinery in order to avoid any accidents.
In case of fire, labs have extinguishers in strategic points of the lab. Security exits are also signaled in case they are needed. In case of any doubts regarding lab security, asking is always the best option. Do not hesitate on consulting your supervisor before not being sure of the security norms to be followed.